Hey everyone, this is Cal Jardy, founder of Fearless Transformation. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a story that I'm going to be making a mistake, and yet let's see how it goes. So the story goes that once upon a time I was hitting rock bottom in my life, and that was after the economy crashed. I lost my two businesses, and here I am. Sitting in my two-story home looking at a foreclosure letter after I got wiped out with all my savings, and now I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know how I'm gonna able to make money. My dad was volunteering at a church at some point to be able to get that peanut butter and jelly and the basic food to be able to, provide for me. I had a sense of shame around myself that I couldn't provide for myself. $10 that I had, I was wondering, should I even, put it gas in my car to go seek a new opportunity, or should I go, buy groceries? People call me on the phone, they want money, collection calls. I don't know if you can relate to that. And at these dark times, I really need resources. I needed help. I just didn't know how to get there. But all I know is that there's a calling within me that was asking me to evolve and learn, because I couldn't change my outside. So when the student is ready, that teachers show up. And in where I'm living, which is in Scottsdale, Arizona at the time, I started getting into personal development. And mainly the first technology was NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And I started attending a meetup. And this is where I got hooked on it, and I started learning from it, started getting results for myself, changing my limiting belief about myself, what I want and what I don't want, my fears, my ego, my insecurities. I started dealing with that, and I started seeing results in myself. My self-confidence started getting up, and I started actually now when I mastered it, I started teaching it to a few other groups in the meetups, and now I opened my own meetup group. And fast forward a year later, I got connected with my sister in Lebanon who teaches learning difficulties, students with learning difficulties. She has an organization that specializes for learning difficulties. And me and her, we decided to have a conference around helping teachers to teach students with learning difficulties using NLP and accelerated learning techniques. So as a result, I connect with my sister. She reached out to the Prime Minister of Lebanon, and we got the conference to be sponsored by the Ministry of Education. So fast forward 3 months later, I am in Lebanon with my good friend and mentor, Dr. David Berceli, who's the founder of Trauma Release Exercises, and me and him, we are there in Lebanon. I'm introducing NLP and even landmark education, and my sister and my mentor, Dr. David Berceli, he was introducing Trauma Release Exercises, and I was in front of a room of 450 people. I was terrified, petrified. I just couldn't even go first. I asked Dr. Berceli, you lead the way, and then I'll go after you. I go to the restroom, I'm doing my incantation, doing my affirmations, and I'm doing my anchoring techniques, and working on myself, getting myself hyped up. And I get back, and here's my turn. I go up on stage and in front of 450 people. And right there, something happened. And that is, I got connected to something else. I got something else within me. I started, not me talking with the little voice, that something within me started like communicating. And I only had a 7 to 10 minutes talk to enroll them in other workshops. And after the 10 minutes talk, I figured that, what's gonna happen next? And out of the 450 people, I had around 150 people to sign up for the upcoming workshop, which was also free the next day. So now 150 people came, and I did a training for them. I did an hour and a half, rapport building, other basic NLP stuff. And from there, I started doing, other workshops with other universities. I got called in with my friend who works at, who's a dentist, asked me to come over and speak to other dentists. Fast forward, I don't know what to do. I didn't even want to come back to the States because I have all this collection waiting for me, my house for foreclosure, all that stuff. I told my mother, it's like, hey, I'm not going to go back. What I need to go back to? I don't have anything to go back to. I haven't made money. I don't know what to do. And she said, if you would just been given the opportunity to go to the States for the first time, would you go? Speaking of reframe, right? So, and that's what got me to come back. And when I came back, I approached my mentor, a different mentor, and his name is Bill Thomason, and who taught me NLP, and asked him, I wish there's some company that I can just, put butts on the seats and I can just go do training for them? And he said, there is. You become a contract trainer. And he gave me the name of a company, and I go back and I looked them up, and one of the requirements was they needed 15 minutes video of me in action training other people. And that I didn't have. It was like, oh, how am I able to get that done? Ask and you shall receive. And 2 weeks later, my friend who was in Lebanon shooting videos for me on his iPhone, he put a video up on Facebook with me doing some trainings in the conference, and he tagged me in it. And that's the answer. The rest was history. I got that iPhone video, low quality, but I still sent it. And when I sent it to the company, 3 days later, they called me. They flew me in to Kansas City. We had a conversation, orientation, and I'm in. And for the past 3.5 years, I've been training at least 10 seminars a month for 3.5 years. So I have around 420 to 450 seminars that I've trained for the past 3.5 years. I'm very grateful for that. So the point of my story is for you to understand what you need to get. Trust your unconscious that there's a message there for you. I hope that served you. Until then, live fearless. Cheers.